Thakre. I have completed my graduation from Rajiv Gandhi College of Engineering in the field of Bachelor's of Engineering, where my field is information technology uh, in 2020. My currently I have completed my internship at Springboard as a data analyst.
Okay. And what are the projects you undergone with?
Sir, recently in the internship, I have completed. I have worked on credit risk analysis, and one project I have mentioned in my resume. That project I completed in my academics, sir.
Okay, and what was that project?
That project name was stock market analysis using different ML models, means hybrid models.
Okay, so what was the problem statement for credit risk analysis?
Uh, Yeah, the problem statement was we have to automate the process whether the customer or client should get a loan or not on his previous records. We
Okay.
have to automate that process with the machine learning models.
Okay, so can you explain the types of library used, Python library used in this project, and which model you have implemented to predict the analysis?
Sir, we have used libraries mainly NumPy, Pandas. Then we have also used Matplotlib. Then we have used sklearn from where uh, we have used machine learning model KNN classifier.
Okay, okay. So you are very much aware of what are all the things you have implemented, right? That is
Yes,
NumPy, Pandas, which are very much powerful libraries of Python.
yes,
So
sir.
can you differentiate the NumPy and Pandas libraries of Python?
Sir, NumPy is a numerical Python which is mainly used for complex mathematical calculations like matrix and also matrices and arrays.
Mhm.
Mainly, we worked on complex matrices, means larger matrices and large size of arrays. For that complications, means to simpler that calculations, we use NumPy library. And in Pandas library is mainly used for statistical purposes.
Mhm.
In that we create different data frames, means if we have to work on data sets, then
Mhm.
we mainly used Pandas library where different operations we can perform on the data sets.
Okay, okay. Uh, okay, so what is data frame in Pandas?
Data frame is a two-dimensional data structure in Pandas uh, where with the help of data frames we can work on data sets, means data frames are nothing but are the collection of rows and columns
Mhm.
where
So
we
if you okay, that is okay. If you want to remove the null values from the data frame, which command will you use?
sir, if we want to fully remove the null values directly, we will use drop na method,
Hmm. Okay.
by which by default it will remove all the null values from data frame.
Okay. So I will share my screen and I will show you one code of Python.
Yes,
You
sir.
have to tell me the output of that code. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Give me 1 minute to share my screen. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can use pen and pencil if you need it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Uh, so these are the two simple codes, and tell me the output.
Yes, sir. Sir, here in the first code, uh, where enumerate function is used, uh, hello,
Yes, yes, Mayur.
sir, in the first code where enumerate function is used, the that the list languages which contains Python, Java, and JavaScript will be listed with the index 0, 1, and 2. Means 0 with Python, 1 with Java, and 2 with JavaScript.
Okay, good. And second one?
And in the second one, two lists are there where zip
Mhm.
function is used, where that zip function will associate means values present in versions will be associated with that value associated with languages list. Means 14 is associated with Java, 3 with
Mhm.
Python, and 6 with JavaScript.
Okay, and what will be the output? It is tuple or list.
uh, it will be list.
Are you sure?
uh, Not sure, but maybe it's tuple, sir.
Okay, okay. Uh, let's move on. So I will stop my screen here. Okay. You have also mentioned your skill as SQL and Power BI, right?
Yes, sir.
So what are the basic commands used in SQL?
Basic commands used in SQL are select,
Hmm.
then create table, then
Hmm.
we can perform insert operations,
Hmm.
and also we can perform different joins in the
Correct.
SQL.
Correct. What are the different types of joins, Mayur?
Sir, there are four types mainly, which are first one is inner join, then left join, right join, and outer join.
When we use inner join.
Inner join, sir, when we want data which is present in both the tables, means common data in both the
Mhm.
tables, then we used inner join.
Okay. And say I will give you a real time scenario. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I have one Excel sheet which consists of 10,000 rows. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I want to remove the duplicates of it.
Yes, sir.
How to remove the duplicates?
Sir, we will use set function.
Okay.
With the help of set function.
Okay. Okay. Any other method?
Any other methods? I don't know, sir.
Okay. Okay. That's good. That's enough here. So what are the different sets operation? Do you know?
Different set operations are first one is intersection, then union,
Mm-hmm.
intersection union. then symmetric difference and asymmetric difference.
Okay. You have also mentioned your second project as stock market analysis. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, which ML model you have implemented here?
Sir, we have used hybrid models. In that first model, we used that ARIMA model,
Uh,
and second is random forest regressor.
okay. Why Arima?
ARIMA is based for time series
Yeah.
prediction.
Okay. Any other model do you know about time series prediction, which is
Uh,
more better than Arima?
yeah, for time series, neural network is majorly used right now.
Neural network. Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, I will give you a real time scenario. For example, mm, do you know about APIs?
Yes, sir.
Do you know about APIs?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I want to make a web application,
Yes, sir.
okay, and I want to fetch the weather conditions of the regions,
Yes, sir.
which Python library you will use? So generally, if you want to see the weather conditions, you generally use the app, right?
Yes, sir.
And when you open the app, select the region, and you will get the weather conditions of that region, right?
Yes, sir.
So that app, if you want to build, which Python library you will use?
Sir, pandas.
No. See, you have to call the APIs for that. So which library is available to call the APIs in the Python? See, because what your resume said, it is very limited to Python, in which you have only used the NumPy and Pandas. Okay, so
Yes,
it
sir.
is generally comes under the exploratory data analysis. So you
Yes,
must
sir.
know the other libraries of Python.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so these are the typical questions in the interview they will ask you in the real time scenarios.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So work on that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, my last question for you is, can you mute yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So my last question for you is, what is object oriented programming? Now you can unmute.
Object-oriented programming is associated with classes. Means we create objects in classes.
Mhm. So what is
Uh,
inheritance in OOPS?
Inheritance is when we create multiple classes, then we inherit the properties of another class into the
Mhm.
current class where we are working.
Okay, okay, okay. Fair enough, Mayur. Thank you,
Yes, sir.
thank you, thank you, Mayur.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you can leave the call.
Okay, sir.
Happy
So
Sunday,
what's
sir.
your plan on Sunday?
Nothing, sir. I only study.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
okay, okay. So tell me about yourself, Atharva.
Sir, my name is Atharva. Uh, I'm 25-year old and I completed my Master of Commerce from Pune University. Then after that, I joined the course Python programming language with data analytics from Anup Kelkar's Python Academy, and I completed the course in July.
Okay, okay. So, what was your project?
I've done the project on credit risk analysis.
Mhm.
Uh, in this project, I predict through the data set whether to provide the credit to the users or not.
Okay, and which ML model you have used?
I use linear regressions, uh, logistic regressions.
Any significance on that? Why we use?
Uh, Linear regressions like I use for cleaning data and aggregating, validating.
No, Atharva. Actually, why we use ML models?
ML models in built-in models and for user-defined models.
Uh, okay, okay. Do you know Python?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how you will rate your Python skills out of 10?
Uh, I rating that on out of 10. I rating 8 points.
8. Okay. So in your resume, you have given yourself as a 6 rating. Why?
Uh, Nowadays, when I create my resume, so we not prepare in that level. I That's in this date at these dates. I prepare lots of things in Python. So I will update this in tomorrow in today.
Okay, okay. Uh, I will ask you some questions on Python.
Yes, sir.
Uh, do you know Python libraries?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is the shape function in NumPy?
Shape function in NumPy. There are no of a element in each indentation. In There is no element in each definition.
Mhm. What is the difference between pickling and unpickling?
Pickling and unpickling. Uh,
Generally, we use pickle.dump or pickle.load function. So,
yes,
what are they?
yes, sir. Pickling the process whereby Python object hierarchy is converted into a byte stream, and
Mhm.
unpickling is the inverse operation.
Okay. And what are the Python objects?
Uh, Objects.
Okay. So, if I want to generate the random numbers, how you will generate random numbers in NumPy?
uh, Random numbers. Firstly, I select and from list, empty list,
Mhm.
and then append that list and enter values. Then print.
No, 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 Atharva. Okay. Do you know Lambda function?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is it?
It is efficient whenever you want to create function that will certain simple expression.
So for example, if I want to multiply the two variables x and y,
Yes.
how will you write a code for by using lambda? Simple multiplication of two numbers. Okay.
Uh, I use a
So how? Huh.
I use a star for multiplication both the numbers.
Okay, but how you will implement your lambda function in it? Okay. So my next question is, I will show you some codes, and you had to tell me the output of that. Okay. I'm
Okay, sir.
sharing my screen.
Okay, sir.
Can you see my screen, Atharva?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are the three codes you have. Uh, Take your time and tell me the output of these.
Sir, in that program, inputs are Nikhil in string in Nikhil. Uh,
We will go one by one. Atharva, start from the first one,
okay, okay.
pandas and numpy library.
Okay.
Tell
Firstly,
me the yeah.
yeah, firstly import pandas as PD, then I import numpy as PD, then data frame one as a PD series in string and in list, that is 2, 4, 5, 8, and 10. Then after that I taken data frame two, uh, that is a PD dot series and under a list 8, 10, 13, 15, and 17. Then
What is the output? I have implemented the union operation here for series.
Uh, no, sir, no idea that about.
Okay,
I
go for
learned.
second. Go for second.
Second is n is equal to input Nikhil e and count I. Uh, e-
It's very simple, Atharva. Just
that is a count specifies the numbers of input. That is a range of input.
what is the output? Okay, tell me third one.
Yes. Uh, Colors defined in list like red, white, black. Color in minus join colors. All colors. So input output in these three colors uh, in that join.
All three are very simple coding, Atharva. You have to work on it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. I will stop my sharing here.
I learned that in today now.
Okay. So my last question is, okay, my last question is on SQL. Do you know SQL?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is the long form of SQL?
Long form of SQL. What is long form of SQL?
So Sarva, you have to work hard. Okay.
Sir, structure query languages.
Why it is called structured theory?
Structure theory. That is a relational database of management systems to handle structured data.
Don't see on any of the Google results. Okay. Atharva,
Okay,
you have to work hard, really hard, and I think your coding skills are very poor. Just I think you have started your data analyst career. Okay,
yes,
so
sir.
you have to work hard for Python coding. Use some open source platforms to explore your skill. Okay,
Okay, sir.
and I will give you a feedback on the Excel sheet as well for to Sanket after the all interviews. You
Okay,
can work on you have to work on your communication, then coding skills. Okay,
okay,
uh, it's just a beginning of your career, and don't take it as a negative feedback. It just I think start of your career, so you have to improve your basic skills first of all,
okay,
and whatever the projects you have undergone in your academy, so you have to explain it as just like an essay in interview. You don't need to code all the things every time, and I think the improvement will be much more better for your future.
okay, sir.
Okay, Atharva?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Atharva. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, so my name is Akash Paunika and I'm from Nagpur itself. I have completed BE in Electronics Engineering and then MBA in HR Marketing. I do have an experience in about of 3 years is in the HR domain. After that, while recruitment for the PwC, Deloitte and KPMG, I found out that there is a lot of opportunities in the IT sector. So I plan to shift it in the IT. So I started preparing for that is in the for means development part as well. And yeah, I'm looking for the now for the IT. That's my brief introduction. So thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks
Mm.
for your introduction. I can see your diversifying experience in as a team leader, as a senior executive,
Mm.
and you have directly jump on to the full stack development. So, what
Yeah.
challenges you have faced during your transition?
Yeah. So while we previously I was working for the non-IT background and this is in the purely is in the IT in the coding part. So
Mhm.
not that much of challenges, but yeah, there is a certain challenges isn't like is in the coding part little much of challenges. Not that much, but yeah, quite.
Okay. So I think you are a full stack developer, and you have only mentioned the Django or Django, you can say, library that you have much of aware of it.
Yeah, actually, I'm preparing. So I'm means I have prepared for the HTML and CSS, Django. I also prepared some static website as well. I'm
Mhm.
now preparing for the JavaScript and Python as well because I have to develop some logics over there. But yeah, I can prepare a static website that is for the I mean using HTML, CSS, and Django.
Okay, okay. So what is WSGI?
Or WSGI. No, sir, not aware about. I think I have gone through it, but yeah, I forgot this thing.
Okay, I will help you to answer this question.
Mm-hmm.
If, for example, if you want to communicate from the application that you have designed
Mm-hmm.
and to the web server, how you will communicate?
Okay, from web server, uh, we have to communicate through means to the from web. We have to communicate the web server, right? For whatever we have designed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can use it using the user interface and uploading the data towards the server. That from there we can connect it.
Uh, okay. So are you aware of APIs? How to connect the server through
No,
APIs?
not right now. Actually, preparing for the APIs as well. Not yet
Hmm.
designed anything for that, but yeah, I'm preparing for that as well.
Okay. So what is the difference between project and the app?
Yeah. So project for Django as per the backend developer. So project there is an files which is directly we can create the things over there, but is in the app we can make changes and we can means previously create the things over is in the app, and then we can means upload is in the project as well.
Okay. What is ORM?
I forgot, I think, guys. ORM. No, sir. I forgot these things.
Have you built any application by using Django?
No, no, sir. Not yet. Not yet. I'm just preparing. I'm just create a static website. That's it till now.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
So what are the dynamic pages?
Dynamic pages, sir, we can say whenever, suppose we have taken a data from the SQL or from any database server, then we have, means there is an MVC model we have created. And
Hmm.
after creating the model, and there is a certain thing, just like if we click on a logo or if we click on the certain things, it will redirect to the pages. So that we
Hmm.
can say dynamic websites. And we can use by the Django as well. We can use through that thing by the JavaScript as well.
Okay. So is Django backend or front end?
Django is a backend, sir.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Why not front end? Because when we use HTML or CSS files, it is generally used for the front end.
Yeah, HTML and CSS, we can say it is in front end because this is an we can communicate UI and use is a user interface, but this is a client base. It is on the server. So Django, we can say, is it a back end developer? We can say back end development. We can say.
Okay, but I'm not completely agree with you. You have to check the front end, back end applications for Django's. Okay.
Okay, fine.
So what is the difference between Python and Django?
Python is the particular programming language, and Django, we can say, it is a given the libraries.
It is a library.
Yeah, we can use this library as a means as a part of a backend where we can use the create the servers and provide the things you're using the front make the things is in the front end and back end.
And what is web framework?
Uh, Web framework. hmm, it is, yeah, it is a web framework. We can say, yeah. Django is also a web framework. We can call it a web framework.
But you said that it is a library.
Oh, we can. Yeah, it is not a
See,
completely.
whenever you are answering the questions, you must use the correct terminologies, Akash. Okay. So
Okay.
there is a lot of difference between Python library and web framework. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is MVT architecture in Django?
MVT architecture. Okay. MVT stands for a model, view, and controller. So, is in the model we can give the Django the database and create the settings inside. And after creation of the settings, we can go with the views. How the view should be displayed on the screen, and everything will means is in the view. We can provide the HTML files and CSS, whatever settings is in the views, and then controller is all over the control. how they should be displayed, how should be the settings will be get done, how the means securities will be there. So everything is by the controller. So this is the MVC model.
When we are talking about MVT architecture, okay,
Hmm.
so how you can represent view in the architecture? What are the scenarios we generally follow for preparing the views?
Okay, so isn't the views? So if I can talk about the views, so there is an uh, three things we have to include is in some there is an URLs where we use is in the views we can create the template as well, whatever will be the generations and how the HTML file should look like, though we can give both the things. And yeah, that and what we can do is
Uh, so generally, to follow the view or to represent the view, we generally use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript files. Okay, Akash.
Mhm, mhm.
So, so actually, uh, I think you are not getting my questions. Okay, oh, it's okay. So I will give you the real time scenario.
Mhm.
You are aware of client side and server side, okay, while
Yeah.
designing any application.
Mhm.
So what are the libraries in Python? We generally call the server side and client side communication.
Okay, so libraries is in the Python. What we are using is in the while communicating with the server, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, with the server, if we talk about mhm, to sir, if we talk about the server side, so there is a Django, but is it not a, as you said, is a web framework.
Hmm.
And client side, if we can say, so yeah, there is an HTML and CSS, whatever is in the front end things.
Hmm. Okay, so what is the difference between char field and text field in Django?
Character field and
Text field.
okay, so character is basically what we can say is just for the characters like every means normally for the letters, and text is for sometimes is a, maybe a numbers as well, and it
Mhm.
may be a uh, character as well,
Okay,
letters
and
as well.
what are the signals in Django?
Signals, no sir, I'm no signals, no I'm
Signal dispatcher. If you have heard anything about the
signals and dispatcher. Uh,
signal dispatcher is a term in Django, and which is very important term when we code
mhm.
on anything.
Okay, no, I'm not aware about this, sir, so sorry. I have to work on it.
Okay.
Signals and dispatcher. Fine.
Okay. So how you will handle Django cookies while designing any web framework?
Okay, so there is a settings where we can mention the things like what cookies we have to allow and how we can give them the permissions. So there is a certain settings where we can click and give the permissions to the Django.
Right. 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 If you compare the Django and Flask, which one is better for designing any web application?
Okay, so I worked on the both, and as per my things, Flask is better because there is no certain uploading times. Many times you have to create an app and everything. So
Hmm.
Flask is most better than Django, I think.
Correct. Correct. Because a lot of advantages while using Flask as a library.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So my last question again, which social media is based on Flask and which social media is based on Django? Do you aware of it?
Okay. So yeah, we can say if we are talk about the static website, as per my knowledge, because I'm not that much is thing. So you can see
Mhm.
W3 schools and Wikipedia. These are the we can say uh, Django based. Yeah, and if you talk about the many other things like even for the YouTube and other things, Flash is also used. So you are asking about the social media as well. So I think Instagram
Yeah.
is also isn't by the Django as well.
Okay. Okay. Right. Correctly said.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
uh, okay. So, what is your future plan? In which
So
field you have to make your career?
yeah, so as per sir, I have previously worked for the non-IT and I am in the recruitment part. So I have just everything as the IT sector. So I want to get because there's a huge, very good opportunities in the IT. So I want to make my career in the IT as the full stack developer only.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Akash. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks for the time, sir. Thank you, Nikhil sir and Sankit sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.